Same income, same starting point, same discipline. But one person only saved, and the other saved and invested. And 30 years later, their lives look completely and totally different from each other. Okay, so I need to tell you something. That most people who are saving money right now are never going to hear anywhere else. And it is actually really important. So most of us grew up being told the same thing. Save your money, put it away, keep it safe. And honestly, that advice feels completely right. But there is a massive problem with it. Because while your money is sitting safely in that bank account, inflation is quietly eating it alive every single year, and your bank is doing absolutely nothing to protect you from that. Think about it this way. If inflation is running at 6% every year and your savings account is giving you 0.5% back, you are actually getting poorer every single month without even knowing it. And this is exactly why saving alone will never make you rich. Saving is absolutely important, it is the foundation, but it is just the starting point and never ever the whole plan by itself. And I see this all the time, saving consistently for years and years, doing everything right, but still feeling completely stuck, and wondering why nothing is actually changing for them. So today we are going to talk about exactly why saving alone is not enough, and what you actually need to be doing alongside it to start building something real and lasting for yourself. So let us talk about the saving myth. Because saving genuinely feels like the responsible, safe, smart thing to do. And it absolutely is, but only up to a certain point and no further. Because saving gets you to a foundation, it gets you stable, it gets you secure. But after that point, it just sits there doing nothing, while the whole world around your money keeps moving forward without it. I want you to imagine someone who saved every single month for 30 years. Disciplined, consistent, never missed once. And at the end of it, they still could not retire comfortably. That is not a rare story either. That is actually the reality for millions of people who did everything they were told to do with money, but nobody ever told them the full picture at all. Same income, same starting point, same discipline. But one person only saved, and the other saved and invested. And 30 years later, their lives look completely and totally different from each other. And the difference between these two people is not talent, not luck, is simply understanding that saving gets you started, but investing is what actually builds the real wealth over time. The saving myth is not that saving is bad. Saving is great. Saving is essential. The myth is that saving alone is somehow enough to get you where you actually want to go in life. Let us talk about inflation. Because most people hear that word and kind of just switch off, but trust me, once you understand what it is actually doing to your money, everything clicks. Inflation simply means everything around you gets more expensive every single year. The same coffee, same groceries, same rent, all costing more while your saved money just stays exactly the same amount. So if you have $10,000 sitting in a savings account for 10 years, in real buying power, that money is actually worth significantly less at the end than when you first put it in. Inflation has been quietly rising every single year, and most savings accounts give back less than 1% in return. So you can already see exactly how big this problem actually is for your money. Think of it this way. Inflation is like a slow leak in a tire. You do not notice it immediately. Ignore it long enough and eventually you are going nowhere, completely stuck on the side of the road. Your money is exactly like that plant. If you leave it sitting without feeding and growing investing, inflation slowly wilts it down year after year, whether you notice it or not. Once you understand inflation, you can use investing to not just protect your money from it, but to grow way ahead of it every single year going forward. Let us talk about what investing actually does, because most people think it is complicated and risky and only for wealthy people. But honestly, it is none of those things at all. Investing is simply putting your money to work so it grows on its own over time. Just like planting a seed and watching it grow into something much bigger than what you originally started with. The same for 10 years stays basically flat. But that same $1,000 invested in a simple index fund grows to $2,500 or more. And the real magic of investing is something called compound interest, which basically means your money starts making more money on top of itself, growing bigger and faster the longer you leave it. Imagine you invest just $100 every single month starting today. In 20 years, that could grow to well over $60,000 just from the power of compound interest working quietly for you. The difference between someone who invests early and someone who only saves is not how smart they are or how much they earn. It is simply that one person put their money to work and the other one did not. That is what investing actually does. It gives your money a job to do while you live your life, so that one day you wake up, your money has been quietly building your future. Nobody really wants to say out loud, Your bank is not actually on your side. It never was. And understanding this one thing changes absolutely everything about how you handle money. Because while your money sits in their bank earning you less than 1% interest, that exact same money is being used by the bank to make investments and loans earning them anywhere from 10 to 20%. Every single time you deposit money into your savings account, the bank takes that money and puts it to work for themselves, and then gives you back a tiny fraction of what they actually made using your money. And the numbers make it so clear when you actually look at them. 0.5% back from your bank versus 6% inflation eating your money every year. That is not saving, that is actually slowly losing. And look, I am not saying never use a bank. Banks are absolutely necessary for keeping money safe and accessible. But blindly trusting them with everything and expecting to get rich is just not how any of this actually works. Smart move is keeping just enough in your bank account to cover your monthly expenses and emergency fund, and then putting beyond that into investments where your money can actually work probably for you. Once you understand how banks actually work and stop rook, you take back complete financial future. And that feeling is genuinely one of the most empowering things ever. Now that you understand the problem, let us talk about exactly what to do instead. Because this part is actually really simple, once you break it down step by step. First step is simple. Keep saving, that foundation is still important. But now you save with a purpose, building an emergency fund and a bit extra ready to invest. Then once you have that foundation built, start investing even small amounts consistently every single month. Because starting small and staying consistent beats waiting for the perfect moment every single time. A really simple way to think about it is this. 70% goes to your savings and living expenses, and 30% goes straight into consistent investing every single month without exception. And beyond just saving and investing, start thinking about building additional income streams too, because the combination of all three together is truly what creates lasting real wealth over time. When you combine saving for security, investing for growth, and extra, you are not just protecting your more, you are actively building real, lasting wealth from every single direction. So it really comes down to this: save with purpose, invest consistently, and stay open to building extra income. Do these three things together and your entire financial future genuinely starts to transform. So let us quickly recap everything we did. Saving alone will never make you rich, because inflation quietly eats away at it, while banks barely give you anything back in return. But investing lets your money actually grow through compound interest, working quietly for you every single day, turning even small, consistent amounts into something genuinely. So the real answer was never choosing between saving or investing. It was always doing both together, with saving as your foundation and investing as what actually builds your future. You do not need to have it all figured out today. Just take one small step. Open one investment account. Start with whatever amount feels comfortable for you right now. Because financial freedom is not about being perfect with money, it's about making better decisions today than you made yesterday. One small, consistent step at a time. So if this video genuinely helped you understand money a little better today, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we drop new videos just like this one every single week. I am Lexa. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Your financial future starts with the very next decision you make. And I will see you in the next video.